Welcome you all here, and today I'm going to talk about the second half of my reading in March. Middle grade March was an excellent month, so let's get to it. This is a reread for me, but I reread Hals Moving Castle, the Cinemanga version. Quite enjoyed it as always, and thought it was appropriate for middle grade March too. And decided to do Spirit Away as well. Also great for middle grade. So let's see, what else did I read? I read Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, which is a retelling of sorts of Japanese mythology, but it is told in such a way that middle graders will enjoy it. This one's actually with the Newbery Honor, which is rather amazing. So, this is the story of Min Li, who lives in the valley of the Fruitless Mountain. And as such a name would suggest, oh, life isn't easy there. The ground isn't very fertile. They have to work hard to get their food. Their homes are nothing fancy at all. They don't really have uh, any extra. Still, she has a father and mother who love her. And her father tells her stories, which she loves, but her mother thinks is foolish. And her mother is not content with their life. And so uh, one day, Minli, she gets a goldfish from a goldfish uh, merchant, I guess you would call him, which her mother thinks is extravagant. But Ninli loves the goldfish and eventually sets the goldfish free, thinking the goldfish will be happier that way, and her parents will be happier too, or at least her mother will, not having one more mouth to feed, even if it is a tiny fish. But this is not just any fish. This is a fish that has um, traveled widely and is looking for the river that will turn her into a dragon. And she tells Minli that if she goes and finds the old man of the moon who knows the answers to everything, she will be able to find the answer to how to make her parents happy and their lives easier. And so she sets out on a grand adventure to discover the answer to this question. And she makes many friends along the way, hears many stories, and she does receive an answer to her question. Might not be exactly what she thought it would be originally. And she does eventually make it to the Man of the Moon, but that experience isn't exactly what she thought it would be either. Anyway, I quite enjoyed this story and highly recommend it to anyone looking for a bit of Chinese influence in their middle grade reading. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, I should say that was by Graceland. We have also um, da, 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 When You Trap a Tiger by Tay Keller. So we have a family, a mother, and two daughters. They are moving from a big city, I think in California, to a smaller city and somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, I think, where their grandmother lives, their mother's mother. And the elder daughter is not happy about this at all. Can't entirely blame her. She's in the middle of the whole high school thing. And she's not quite sure what there'll be to do in this new place that is so much smaller. The younger daughter, though, as they're on their way to their grandmother's house, she sees a tiger, and she keeps seeing a tiger. And her grandmother knows all about this tiger and tells her stories about it. And eventually, the younger girl decides what she needs to do is to trap this tiger. And this one is based on Korean folk tales that are interwoven into our modern world. I didn't enjoy this quite as much as when the mountain meets the moon, but I still enjoyed it a lot. And also an excellent choice if you're looking for something Asian influence for your middle grade. I also read Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch, and Ever Evergreen, and The Cursed Witch. I read the first one and couldn't stop there. A warning, the first book does end on something of a cliffhanger. But Eva Evergreen, well, her mother is one of the most amazing witches alive. And she's very proud of her mother and wants to be just like her. But that's a little hard to do. When your magical ability didn't even come until a year ago. So Eva, in spite of her small ability, and against one particular person on the Witches and Wizards Council's advice, she ends up going on her, I guess you could call it her apprenticed test, which is for 1 month she goes to a city and does what she can to help people there. And so she indeed does go there, make friends, confronts challenges, tries to figure out how best to use what little ability she has. She's not her mother, but she's eventually learns how to be her own type of witch, which is a wonderful thing. And Eva Evergreen and the Cursed Witch continues her adventures. So there is that. Then I read Green Glass House by Kate Milford. Now, Green Glass House. This is about a boy who lives in, well, it is a house and it has lots of green glass. And it is situated in a town known for hosting pirates and other questionable types. Always a bit of conflict between them and the government. The Green Glass House is supposedly neutral territory. It's basically a hotel that our heroes' parents run. And, well, he is done with school for the winter. It's Christmas break. He's very excited about that. And they don't usually get very many visitors there, and the weather's been terrible too. But lo and behold, the visitors pour in to Green Glass House and upset everything that he had planned. But our main hero and a little friend that he makes, they discover that there are mysteries going connected with these guests, and so they start trying to unravel them. And our main hero, he also is trying to unravel his feelings towards his parents because he loves them, but he's also adopted and he would rather like to know about his birth parents too. So, an interesting sideline to all of that as well. And we get told stories about the house, around famous pirates that have been in the area in the past, and all sorts of things. And eventually we do discover the, well, we unravel the mysteries connected with the guests. And I can't tell you anything more than that, except that I really enjoyed this. If anything, I enjoyed Green Glass House better than Winter House. Not sure why, but I did. And the last one I read was The Railway Children by E. Nesbit. Oh, this is a story about three children, and uh, they start out with a perfectly normal life for the time period. So, late 19th, early 20th century, nice house, nanny, mother has lots of time for them, plenty of toys. Then, one evening, their father is, well, two gentlemen come and he leaves with them, and he never comes back, and his mother is gone lots, or their mother is gone lots during that time, and they end up having to move to out of the city into the country to much less nice place. They only take the things that they need and leave most of the nicest things behind. But the children don't mind. They love the freedom of their new life, although they are concerned that their mother spends a lot of time in her room writing, since that's what she does. She writes poems and stories. But to amuse themselves, they learn about the trains because there's a train station there. And they learn when the train comes and something about how they work, and they meet the people at the train station and make lots of friends. And it's just so heartwarming. It's a good way to end the month. So there's that. Well, quite enjoyed middle grade March this year, and I hope you did too, that you enjoyed your reading in March, and whether you did middle grade March or not, hope it was excellent. And yeah, I think that's everything I have. So thank you so much for stopping by Cindy's library. I truly do appreciate it. If you did middle grade March, I'd love to hear about it, or you can link to your own video if you do those. And yeah, until next time, I hope we all stay safe and well, healthy, and as always, happy reading.